Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and hope you had a good holiday, and hope you got a chance to check out any of my other videos. Today, I'm going to discuss something that is a spreadsheet that I used to work with in where I used to work before, and this has to do with prepaid. Okay, and this is what my channel is specifically like geared for. We're using VBA to solve problems that you may face. And this video is not necessarily that you build this specific spreadsheet, because this spreadsheet in itself is not, worth anything to anybody else. But the point is to be able to examine your specific needs and to gear the programming to fit and to help you with your job. And let me explain what this spreadsheet did for us. These are a list of prepaids, and our prepaids, and it had the names, and this is the accounts that it would be expensing, and the time, and the end and all that. And the thing was that, and when this was done, when one of these were done, what we did, or I did, every month, I would clear out the sections, like the date, the start date, and the end date, and the amounts, and all that. And I would leave this stuff, the accounts, and then I would move it to down here, because we wanted to keep like a record of it, as it went along. So it had to be able to get a balance and all that. And if it was only just one spreadsheet, it would be all right just to copy it and paste it down here, whatever this. But we had like 10 different campuses, units to deal with, and each one, you're looking at like hundreds and hundreds of line items that would come in, and you would have to move around or whatever that. So my thing was that it was very tedious to copy and then move down and paste it and then go and highlight it, because highlighted meant that it was now available for the next item that would be placed in there. So I had the idea of like automating it with just putting an X. So if I went in here and I placed an X in here, and look at the line item, it says 24. Okay, so line item 24, and I'm gonna double click. Okay, so now line item 24, this is clear, this is clear, this is clear, that. Okay. And then the whole thing is just copied down here. And now it's highlighted, that means it's open for new information. And the old information is moved down here. So that for me was like a big move, because it kind of eliminates errors, and and it's very tedious every month to go and copy and paste and all that, make sure you got all the items out, cleared out, and all that. So what I did was, like I showed you, it was a VBA program. It's not too terribly complicated, and it works on the principles that I had talked about before, and a click event. And in this case, the click event is a double click. As you see, I'm going to enlarge that, and I'm going to pick, never mind, that one, because that one is empty. So I'm going to say number this one, and I'm going to double click it. It cleared out the data that we need, and now that line item is put down here. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you the programming behind it. And remember, this programming is not so you can take this spreadsheet and build it, because this might not help you at all. But the idea behind the programming is that it would probably help you in any case that you're looking at right now, that in an accounting setting, that you do every month that's very boring, very tedious, and mundane. So let me show you what let's do the programming. Okay. So we can help you with that. And remember, it's always good to like. So let's pull up the window. And I already got a module in there, and I call it prime mover, but it's not, you can call it whatever you want. Okay, so let's start out with the subroutine, and I'm gonna name it my prepaids. Okay, active sheet activate, because we want to be able to do this on every sheet, every worksheet, not just one. We want to be able to have it activated on any sheet that you're working on. So if you go to, like, this one says September on it, but if you want to one that says October, November, or another, south, north, west, it would be able to, accommodate. It wouldn't just be one. Okay, so now this one says, let's put an annotation in here. It says copies selection to the bottom of page. So as we all remember now, that when it's like that, it's green, it's just a note, it's not programming. And so now we're gonna do some as range, set X equals selection. This is gonna stand for the X that's on the spreadsheet. That's your selection. Okay, right away we're gonna put in some logic. This is just to keep the program or whatever from flickering. Okay, so active cell dot resize, because we wanted to grab everything in that area, and that's going to be a 1 through 20 columns. Now interior dot color index. You can choose any color you want. Remember the chart that I showed you before. Any number you want, you can put in there. Active cell dot resize, again, resize 1 through 20, that's the columns. And then we're gonna say copy. So we're taking that size and we're copying. Range go up, and Excel up, because we want to go all the way down and pick and start where there's nothing there. And we're going to offset. then 0. Then we're gonna pay special. Because we don't want formulas or anything. We just want data in there. We don't want, there might be formulas in there or whatever. We don't want formulas. We just want and if. And we're gonna close that if statement. We'll say application dot copy mode, copy mode, and this is gonna be false. That's to take away that line item in there is to take away the dancing ants when you select something for copy. There's a little set of dancing ants that go around it. This is when it pastes, it stops that. Okay, so now we're gonna say x dot select. Really, then x dot offset 1 0 dot select. We'll do some more variables, then names as range, then I as long, and we're going to say then my days as range. Say I equals 2 because we're setting up another loop. Then CO as range. Okay, and this one clears. Sections to be used. Say for I equals 2 to 44. It goes down to line item 44 and it starts counting at line 2. This is here. That's what the 44 refers to this right here too. And anytime you got more information, of course, this number can be different. It can be 100, 200, whatever. But in this case, for this example, we're going down to 44. It starts at 2 here. The loop starts there, and it goes all the way to 44. Okay. And now we're gonna set names equals cells I 3. Then we're gonna set CO equal to cells I7. These are the columns. This is making reference to columns. And set my days equals cells I15. And then we're gonna resize. Resize 1 through 4. Okay, and then a little bit of more logic here. It cells I1 dot value equals X. Remember, X is the what you insert to make this logic happen. Clear contents. We're clearing the contents. Names dot clear contents. And my days dot clear contents. And now we're gonna end this if. Okay, so we set 3 names, CO, and my days. Those are reference to columns. And in this section here is telling it if there's an X, then it's clear the contents from that area. Okay, so that's that, and then we're gonna say next, because of the next part, and now we're gonna go and say application that display. Oops, that we application that display alerts. We're gonna say true. We're gonna start it again, and then we're gonna end the sub. Oops. The end sub is right there. Okay. So now we're almost done here. So now we're gonna go into this workbook, and well, I already had done it. So you pick the drop down. It's gonna be the workbook, and the click event that you want here is the sheet before double click. That's the one you pick, and then you have to call it. So whenever we named it my prepaids, this ensures that when you double click on the spreadsheet, this fires that code. You don't have to put in a button or anything. This is done with an X. Okay, so this is done. So now let's test it out. Let's see if that works. And sure enough, there's 17. Now, if you do that on any there's no X. See, it's not firing. There's nothing to do there. Because because of the logic that we put in it. If you put an X, it moves the information down here, it highlights everything, and then it clears everything out. So I hope this spreadsheet, the spreadsheet itself is not gonna really help you much unless you're doing this specific spreadsheet and you're working it, but something in your office and your accounting day to day that might be troublesome or very mundane. And that's the point of this channel, that we're gonna write VBA that you encounter in your daily accounting work that's just mundane and it's just boring and it's just repetitive and all that. So we're gonna write VBA to help you clear out that fast so your work can do faster, more efficiently, and reduce errors. So I hope this video helps. And if you got any questions about it, please just drop me in a comment. And if you find this content helpful, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.